Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to see how to make a beautiful red ball gown. Thank you for stopping by. Without wasting much of our time, let's get into the business of the First, I'm going to be drafting on the pattern paper before we transfer to the fabric. The first thing I'll need is to have a start point. So you get your start point and then put in the dimensions of this child. This baby, we're making this gown for is 2 years old. So the shoulder length of this baby is 11 inches divided by 2 will give us 5.5. So you're going to bring in the 5.5 and put it on this start line. Okay, you put the 5.5 on this start line. The chest line of this baby is 5 inches. You come down here and put your 5 inches, and then you put again the chest circumference, which is 22 inches divided by 4. That gives you 5.5. I'll come down here and put my 5.5 again. So I'm going to join these lines together now, and then we'll go ahead and do the next things. So I'll just go ahead and join the two lines this way and then this way. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take the half length, which is 9 inches. So this is 9 inches, okay, and then the allowance for seam can be 0.5 or 1. I'm using 1 inch here. So you join the two lines together this way. So you draw down this one as well. So the next thing we're going to do, you extend this one as much as you can, and then we'll come over here and put in our neck width. I'm going to be using for this stride is 3 inches. I'll use 3 inches. 3 inches. I'll mark it here and come down and use 1.5. Okay, for the front I'll use 2 inches for the front bodice. So you join these two together now. You can use your curve rule to join these two together. I like to make my 2 inches mark here so I know what I'm joining together. So you join these two together using your curve rule, or you can use your hand, just make a simple curve that way. Okay, now we'll proceed to slope our shoulder. We can slope our shoulder by 1 or ½ inch. I'm using ½ inch to slope my shoulder. Now I'm going to join this together now, and that will be that for the sloping. See that point? You try to join them together. Okay, so now that we have done that, we'll go ahead and divide this length. Now we have 4.5. I'll divide 4.5 by 2. That should give me about 2.25. So I'll come here and put my 2.25 around here and mark the half of this line. I'll go in by ½ inch again, just to give you that curving nature you see at the front, and then curve it over with this armhole curve. Okay, just join them together. Hope we can see what I'm doing. Okay, join them together, make sure the points are meeting. All right, so once that is done, you go ahead and this is the front now. So we are done with the front bodice. Just go ahead and put your allowance from this 5.5 mark inch. I'm using a 2 inch allowance to seam this dress, so I'll put my 2 inch allowance here. I also come down here and put my 2 inch allowance. From now we have 7.5 inch here, so I'll bring down my 7.5 inch here and put 7.5 inches allowance over there. So I'll go ahead and join both lines together now. So that is that for the front bodice. You can see the front bodice has already been formed. This is the front bodice now. You see that side should come out simple. We'll go ahead and cut now. Okay, let me just quickly tell us how to go about our back bodice. Our back bodice, you had your zipper allowance, say 1 inch or 2 inches. Once your fabric is unfolded before you cut, then you can adjust your neckline from 2 inches down depth to maybe 1 inch. So we'll do that quickly. Now let's put it here. 1 inch. We're using 1 inch here. Okay, 1 inch. All right, from the same neck width. You are not altering the neck width. So I'm going to be using a different color of marker, so maybe you can be able to see that. So we are using this neck width this way now. You put it this way and then you join it over. Make sure it's on this 1 inch depth line, and then you join it that way. Okay, that will be that. And then for the slope, for the armhole, you just make your normal curve downward from that same point to the chest line. Okay, that is that. See that now? So the black line represents the back bodice and the green line represents the front bodice. So the next thing you can do is just go ahead and trace out what you have already done, and then transfer it to your fabric. So I'll go ahead and trace out this back the back bodice now. Okay, the back bodice. Please don't lift your fabric when cutting. Allowance for the back. Then you carry this onto your folded fabric for the back bodice and trace the same for the fabric and for the inner lining. Done. I've traced out the lace fabric and the inner satin fabric. It's a doll face satin. using the pattern paper we drafted before. So this is the front pattern, and then this is the back pattern. Okay, for the two knots, fold your two net neatly. Okay, and then remember to subtract your half length from the full length of the dress. The full length of this dress is 30 inches, so minus the 9 inches, we'll be needing 21 inches. Okay, to add to the bodice. So on this table now, what's my two lengths? I've cut out my two lengths, and this is what, 21 inches. Okay, so this 21 inches now, I made it in three parts like this: 21, 21, 21 inches. This 21 inches is actually by 3 yards by 3 yards by 3 yards. Also cut your inner for the lining. This one is the satin doll face satin. I'm lining it with. For this doll face satin, you cut the waist times 2. The waist of this baby is 20 inches times 2, so the full length of this inner now is 42. I made it 42 so that after attaching it and all of that, you still come back to your normal 40, which is going to be 20, because I'm going to gather that 40 to give me 20. So this is what I'm trying to show you. Okay, so this is the full length. See that now, 42. Okay, so you don't forget to cut your belt. That depends on how long you want your belt to be. So I have my 2 strips for my belt. The width can be as wide as 5 inches or 6 inches, and the length can be as long as 20 inches. Alright guys, so let's go ahead to couple the lace fabric and the doll face satin. For the front side of the lace fabric, this is the front side now. Take your doll face satin, which is the inner, and put the wrong side to face that right side of the fabric, of the lace fabric. So once you do that, you go ahead to stitch the neckline. Just stitch only the neckline. Alright, that is what you to do. Just stitch only the neckline. Okay, the same thing you did for the front, do the same thing for the back, just only at the neckline, just the neckline. So go ahead and stitch it now, and stitch the neckline only. So I have stitched it now, and this is what I have. So once you stitch it, you're going to have something like this. Endeavor to notch it over there and then stitch down. So keep the two edges together. Make sure they are put together equally. There should be no extra spaces. Put them together that's equally. Then you put the same fabric to the same side, and the lace to the lace, and the doll face satin to the doll face satin. Go ahead now and stitch down the straight line. So having done that, this is what I have, and this is how it came out. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is to stitch the sides. I'm going to be showing us a very simple way to stitch the side in a very neat format. So look closely, just come around, look closely, fold that fabric this way, fold it inside, then use that lace fabric, take it that way, and then turn it, flip it over, and hold the two edges together. Make sure that they are together. That center part must be together, so that you don't have an unequal parts. Then use your pin to stitch it down and stitch everything down. So having done that, I went ahead to bring out the hidden fabric. So this is how it looks like. Please endeavor to push out all of your edges so that you have a neat work. All right, so you push them out. The next thing now is to work on the lower base. Then for the lower base, we have the 2 nets, and then we also have the inner lining. So that 2 nets, now we're going to see how we're putting it together. Remember I told you that 2 nets, I cut it 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards by 20 inches. So I'm joining them together now. Use your pin to join them together, so when you're stitching, you have a neat work. It doesn't stand out unnecessary. So these are the 2 parts. I'm holding it, I'm joining it together. This is the first side, and then the second part. So that is that. I'll stitch it down, and then you take the top part and do a running gathers. Just do gathers. I went ahead to gather the net at the top. So for the inner lining, that's this doll face satin, you're going to secure the edge. So I went ahead to secure the edge this way, fold it twice inside and stitch it down. Then you take the top and you run a gather stitch, and adjust it to the appropriate waist length, yes, or waist size that you'll be attaching to your upper bodice. So for this bodice now, you can go ahead to join these 2 sides together. Join the 2 sides together. We're not using any lining, so just join the 2 sides together, and then you attach your lower base, the full length formed. These are the cut out for the belt. Your belt can be as long as you want it to be. So for this belt, I'm using a length as it's not all that long anyway. You can make yours as long as possible. The length here was not that long. It was about around 15 or so. And then for that inner satin, I've gone ahead to gather it, and for the 2 nets, I've gone ahead to gather it. All right, so once this is done, you just go ahead to couple your work. Now, so I'm going to be showing us how I join the two edges together. So when you're joining these two edges, remember to attach your belt. And when you're attaching your belt, put your belt in such a way that it's facing the back. Don't let it face the front, otherwise you have to lose it and start all over again. So this is how it turned out to be. This is how it turned out to be. So you see that. And then the other thing you need to take note of when you're attaching your belt, make sure that you fix your belt like 1 inch above the half length, 1 inch above the half. So this is what we have gotten so far. Wow, isn't this beautiful? So I went ahead to attach the two nets to my lining, that's the door face satin, like I told you. Put it together. After stitching it together, I also went ahead to attach the base, that's the lower part of this dress now, to the upper bodice, which is what gave us this final product. It looks beautiful, really. It does look beautiful. It's so simple to make, and I think it's something you should try. It's simple, fast, quick to make. You don't really have to go through all the process of cutting a circle skirt and all of that as your inner. So this is our final product. Thank you so much for watching up to this time. Please click on the subscribe button and hit on the notification bell so you get notified for every video I upload. Please like this video and don't forget to share this video. Alright, so this is how the back view came out. This was after fixing the zipper. Alright, this is how the zipper is here now. And then the belts. Remember I told you can make your belt as long as you want your belt to be. So this is it, and thank you for watching one more time.